This podcast contains strong language and sarcasm.
Two Idiots, One Shot, a podcast with a flawed mind.
Let's go.
All right, we're on.
Lovely. So, welcome, guys. This is actually a little different from what you're used to from us. This is also going to be a format moving forward. So, as part of our Two Idiots, One Shot page, we're also going to be doing little interviews with creatives, like-minded people, and people that we've worked with, like Vivi today. And I'll say, without any delay, let's get straight into it. So, let me introduce our guest today. So, this is Vivi here, Viviana. Viviana is actually someone that we reached out to, and she did a shoot with us. You might have seen it on our Instagram page. But let me give it over to you. Give us a little intro and tell us a little bit about you.
Hello. Good morning. Thank you guys for having me. This is so fun, and I'm crazy. Today I feel so hectic and excited. I'm Viviana. I'm Italian. I come from a small village called Cerignola.
Oh, nice.
Sounds nice.
Yeah, I don't know if anyone knows it.
Whereabouts is that in Italy?
It's in south of Italy, Puglia.
Okay.
And during summer it's amazing. It's
South of Italy sounds bad, right?
You have to go during summer, so I'll give you some suggestions.
Amazing.
Every invite.
Tour guide is always,
always
welcome.
Yes. I've been in London for 4 years and a half now. I am an engineer and I work in the tech industry.
Nice.
Yeah, and I like to do many things in the spare time, and this is one of the things.
Okay, so obviously, because for me and Jan, it's the same thing. At one point, I didn't really have a choice. My parents were like, "We're going to UK, and you're coming," because I was at that age. But what sort of made you decide I'm going to take that step and move to the UK?
To move to UK, it was for love. It's such a cliche.
That's good.
Like everyone.
We all fall in love, right?
Yeah, so my ex-boyfriend at the time decided to move to London. He wanted to explore different things, and I was like, London. I've never been here before, and I didn't speak the language, so I was like, I'm not coming with you. This is so different from what I'm used to. It's too scary.
Okay, that makes sense.
Then I finished uni. I didn't know really what to do, and I was like, maybe if I go and learn the language, it's gonna help me with finding a job in Italy. So I came here a couple of months. I started to work as a waitress and a Zumba teacher. I was doing different things. Yeah, because in Italy I used to teach Zumba.
Is Zumba still a hype, or is it gone? Because there was some time where everything was Zumba.
It's my heart. It's so much fun.
Lovely.
So I like to do it still. And then I fall in love for the city, really. So I said, I'm going to be here, I think. I'm going to try and find a job.
That's interesting, though, because it's a severe contrast, isn't it, from where you're coming from? Because obviously it's a lot sunnier, and I can imagine the south of Italy, just the whole, the fields and endless fields and beauty. So what was it particularly about rainy London that you like? This is my place.
It was the difference, It is something that you don't know that attracts you. Yeah, it is completely different from what you are used to. So you're like, I want to explore this. I want to know better. I want to see what else this city can offer me. So that was the thing that said, they rang the bell and said, okay, Vivi, you have to stay. You have to explore more because there are endless opportunities in this city.
Love that.
So yeah, let's just
absolutely
embrace
love
it.
that. I fully agree, and I think Jan, you'll agree with me as well.
It's the same for me. Yeah, I came here without any expectations. I literally knew nothing about London, and I came here for a job, not for love. I got.
And then you found me.
And I got after 8 months, I've got redundant from this company who brought me to London. But I was like, no, I can't go back.
Do you want to name and shame?
No.
But look at you now.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wouldn't be here if I would be back in Germany, obviously, but I wouldn't do the same thing, and I wouldn't have started photography at all, for example. And photography is the most important part of my life currently.
Did you have this passion before coming to London, or is something that you discovered here?
Not really. I always loved photography, and I had some friends in Germany who were doing photography. I was always kind of jealous about them. But my passion at this time was like music and DJing. I was like a DJ, and I was DJing like every weekend, every other weekend. That was my passion. But I feel like now I'm getting a bit older, and like photography is a more appropriate thing for me to do.
No, do you know what? Yeah, one thing like that I've got to know about him is just like Jan is a very driven person in that sense, like because I know the DJ history story with him. And initially how he got into it, and then he started hosting his own gigs and his own parties, and it's literally the same pattern that I see with photography.
Yeah.
He goes into a topic, he learns it, and then he's like, right, how can I now leverage this? And I love that trait, honestly.
I don't know, but at some point I have to go further. I'm getting bored, and I have to do the next step. And it's things like video editing. It's something I'm whipping my head around right now, and it's just fun to learn new things.
100%. I think it's when you get complacent. It's like when you settle for like, okay, this is enough. I think that's when you've lost.
Yeah.
And it's it's for so long I didn't realize it. It's just it didn't sort of set in my head because I was always the one that was like, oh, something will come. I just have to wait for it.
No, it's not.
Do you know what I mean? It took me literally 32 years to realize that. No, unless you actually get your arse in gear and do something different, like nothing's ever going to change.
But do you guys feel like that it took time to find the passion, or it took time to find your path? Because this is the thing that I struggled before. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I think I still don't know what I want to do, but because I am taking the opportunities, I think I'm finding the ways. Yeah. And by talking to people, I'm realizing that this is a common feeling that no one used to share.
Yeah.
I always felt alone, and I was feeling like I don't know what I want to do, but I'm the only one that is feeling this way. Did you guys experience that?
Do you want to go first?
Yeah. I mean, within photography, I mean, I know now like photography is my passion. It will be my passion for the rest of my life. I don't know if like doing like photography every weekend for the rest of my life, but it will definitely stay with my life, and I will do it like I see myself like in 20 years when I go like on holiday like a retired person. I still have my camera with me, you know what I mean? Like it will always be a part of my life. But within photography, it's like, for example, like finding my own style. Like currently, I'm really craving like black and white, like deep photos. But sometimes I'm seeing like really colorful photos. Oh yeah, that's it. I want to do this, and then but in 2 weeks I'm seeing something different. And I say, oh yeah, I want to do this, and I want to do film photography. I want to do that. This I can sort of relate to it in this case, like finding my own style and my passion within the passion, basically. Yeah. On the other side, I don't really want to like determine a fixed style because this could be boring as well, and it's nice to play around with different styles.
No, I definitely agree. I mean, for me, I think for a long time, I can honestly say I was lost because I felt exactly like you said. Like. What am I going to do with my life?
What's my purpose?
Yeah, because the thing is like I went to uni twice and I broke it off twice, right? And it was my stupidity. It was just like I loved the student life more than actually going to uni, and it wasn't even the wrong crowd or anything because even the people that I went to uni with, they all got degrees now. Yeah. It's my choice, And at the time, I didn't realize why I was doing it. I used to always have a bad feeling about it, but I couldn't really put my finger on and say, this is why. But, honestly, it's eventually, do you know who Gary Vaynerchuk is?
No.
So, Gary V is a famous entrepreneur.
Having a fanboy moment.
Yeah, it's literally a fanboy moment. You guys know this. If you follow my account, so he's a renowned entrepreneur, but he's also a motivational speaker, so to say, right? And he always puts everything very black and white. And Gary once said, like, changing your mind is not a bad thing. The society has made it look like changing your mind is a bad thing. But for example, if, like Jan said, for the best part of 5 years he was doing DJing, now he's not doing DJing anymore because he's found maybe you haven't got the outlet for it, but you found a passion for photography, right? You should be allowed to change your mind, as you grow older because you're evolving. You're learning new things and you're taking on new things where the vision of the world you had is now changed. It's no longer what it was 5 years ago. And when it sunk in for me, I was like, that is it. That's why I never really liked going to school, because I didn't like learning.
No.
I like to actually get hands-on and do stuff. Like, for example, like when I plan shoots and stuff, and it comes together so nicely, right? And like me and him, we do shoots together, and like the amount of times he said, "Bro, you've done it again." That feeling that I get, that's where I'm like, "Yeah, boy, yeah." Like I love that, and I realized that
he's on the same note. He's saying like new data, new decisions. This is a quite good thing. Do you work with data in your job as well?
Yeah, I do.
And it's always like new decisions are based on new data.
100%.
You always have new data in your life.
Because
So
no one ever stays the same, and I think that's where like it literally sort of separates like the winners from the losers. The people that say I'm going to settle for this, and the people that say, you know what, no, I've done this now. I'm going to move on now, and I'm going to try something else. Because who knows where me, you, or even you will be in 2 to 3 years' time? Because we've now started with this. This is going to be one of our first episodes on YouTube. Well, who knows where we're going to be in 2 years if we're doing this professional? We've got our own studio, but you have to take this step to even think about potentially ending up there.
I love it. Like, you could be a motivational speaker.
Jay said you 2.0.
TED Talk done.
Trust me, but and I think learning from experienced people, like people sometimes when I say to them, like, Gary's a motivational speaker, they look at me like, so you're listening to a quirk. And I'm like, bro, I get your opinion. I used to think about them the same way. Like
I said the same to you. Like I can't cope with this like motivational speakers, but I actually like Gary as well.
100%. I fully agree. But I think it's like anyone says, isn't it? Like you have, like for example, stop smoking. I could easily say to you, bro, you need to stop smoking, but unless you want to, you're not going to do it.
Yeah.
And you know, like that day when I was sitting like at the park where we got caught, I was sitting on a park bench and I was looking literally just out on the field, and I was like, bro, what's going to happen to you in 20 years? Like, because right now you've got your parents and everything to support you, yeah, but like you can't survive on your own. It dawned on me, like if my parents are gone and if my like sort of infrastructure is gone, what am I going to do? And that was so scary, bro. Like that got so scary for me so quick. Yeah, at that point I was like, nah, I need to change my life, innit? And thankfully to my friends, like I always used to take good pictures, but on my phone, right? So I'll be like, oh, stand like this, stand like that, and I'd take like a few fucking like funny pictures, but you know, that was about it. And then like one of them was like, look, because you're just sitting at home, because I got made redundant around the time as well. This was first when COVID started. As some of you know, I'm a daughter stoner as well. So I was literally just sitting at home smoking my life away. They were like, bro, you've got no money. Like, you're literally just getting more into debt. What are you doing, innit? Yeah. Why don't you get busy so you take that mind off, like, trying to smoke every day and not doing fuck all, yeah? And I was like, do you know what? Maybe they're right. So I bought the phone. Like, the phone literally that we're recording the podcast on right now. I bought that phone, right? Then I bought the lens set for it, and then I started taking pictures. And since then, bro, I swear to God, I've not looked back. I feel so, like, I never felt this good about myself, bro. When you told me that our second shoot sold out a week before the actual date, bro, like, I was king dingling. I sat there and I was like, yes, I finally found it, you know? Like, it's amazing. And, yeah, I think it's just a learning curve, isn't it?
It is, definitely.
I just love it. But I think I kind of like I kind of draw this carry on. I kind of draw this.
I think everyone will.
So we wrap this up here. Nice to have you.
Thanks for coming. No, but like obviously there's a reason why we wanted you to be our actual first interview guest ever. And the reason for that being is because first of all, me and Jan, like when we spoke about you coming on the show, we both had the same reaction, which was
what was the reaction?
Yes, because we're trying to build a community, and from day one, you've been nothing but supportive. Like, the way you've spoken to us, the way you push us on Instagram and things like that, like, honestly, you've been so supportive, and it's our way of saying thank you and giving back. So we really appreciate that. But I'd also like to talk to you about, obviously, because when we first had a shoot, we had a bit of a conversation around Instagram and social media and what your opinions are. So I know you weren't doing shoots before that in the sense of like getting two photographers to come out and do it. What made you first of all like sort of say, yeah, you know what guys, I wouldn't mind shooting with you? Like, sort of, what was like the thought process behind it?
So, you know, I've always had this thing about modeling and taking pictures and things like that because, you know, I always had friends and people telling me, oh, Vivi, you should be a model. You are very pretty. You could use your image to make money. But, you know, I was always doubting. I was like, I'm not sure, you know, I studied, you know, I am an engineer, so I'm doing something else of my life. This is not this. I'm not a model. I don't think of myself like a model. But you know, it's a world that makes me curious. Yeah. So when you guys reached out, you were like very nice. You sent me a very nice message saying, we want to do these things, and we really like your profile, your eyes, and you know, you were very gentle and polite.
I appreciate that.
And other people, you know, they just get in touch saying, "Oh, you're hot." Let's take some pictures, you know. And I'm like,
well, you summed it up to the point, right?
I'm like, is this the way people get jobs? I don't know. So, yeah, you sent me a very nice message, and I was like, why not?
Do you know, I just quickly like to touch on that, though. Isn't it crazy, like, how this world has just gone so rude? People just don't think courtesy is needed no more.
Yeah, especially on social media.
You know, just a little bit of chivalry. You don't know the person, you know, just try and be nice, but
yeah, just be kind.
Especially on social media, it's insane.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah, go on.
No, and you know, you looked serious. Not murderers. I remember that I was coming, you know, to the shoot, and I was like, "What if these guys are gonna take me somewhere and kill me?"
Yeah, she saw us from far away and was like, "What? That fat guy? You can't even run!"
And then you were always, because I was talking to you, I wasn't talking to Yana. You were like, "Oh, Vivi, by the way, there is another photographer. Is that okay? Is that fine?" I was like, "It's fine, it's okay." But you were always like there, making sure that I knew everything. So, you know, very professional.
100%. I think transparency is so important, especially like in light of recent events of what's happened in London. I mean, you know about the protests and everything. You know about Sarah Eberhard and stuff like that. So I think it's very important. Like even like when I shoot with new people that I don't know, and I think Jan does the same thing. We always say, look, if you want to bring someone with you, please be my guest. We want you to be as comfortable as possible, you know. And I think that's just so important because you hear stories about some other things as well. You know, like I've heard stories about creepy photographers, which is, I guess you find them in every.
It can happen.
Yeah.
In every sort of life form, innit? But yeah, so we appreciate obviously that you said yes to us. But then when I started talking to you on the shoot, it quickly turned to me into something where I was like, this is interesting. You've agreed to do the shoot, but when we were talking about social media, you had quite some strong views about it.
Yeah.
And
so,
I'd like to touch on that a little bit.
Yeah, so when you got in touch with me, I was actually doing a detox from Instagram. I've been without Instagram for 4 months, and I came back actually because of you guys, because you were posting the pictures, and I was like, okay, I need to support these guys. Yeah,
Appreciate the love. Appreciate that.
But yeah, I think the main reason why I got off the social media is because I was wasting a bit of my time. So it became an addiction. Yeah. Yeah. You wake up and the first thing you do in the morning is looking at your social media, and you've got a spare moment and you look at social media, or during nights you go to bed and you look at social media. So I was like, okay, I've got plans for my future. There are some things that I want to do and I need to focus on them, and I need to cut down the waste, basically. And social media was one of the things that, took a lot of my time, because you don't realize, but scrolling, it gives you that quick reward that you are looking for. You are looking for the thing that gives you pleasure, and it could be a cigarette, or it could be like looking at a nice picture. Yeah,
absolutely. Could not agree more with that.
Sometimes when I'm having a bad moment, I'm actually posting something on Instagram to get some likes, to feeling better.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, don't make
Like,
two as well.
the amount of times I catch myself, so I work from home, so the amount of times I catch myself with the computer, laptop open in front of me, but I'm sitting there doing this.
I'm not.
Yeah, and you don't realize, but the time flies just doing this. Yeah? So I was like, no, I need to focus. I need to focus on my objectives. And I said, okay, it's enough. And the life improved. I'm not gonna lie, it became better because then I started to do other things, and I felt, I was actually spending my time in a meaningful way. I was reading more books, exercising more, reading the news, building those relationships in a different level. Yeah, all my friends knew that I was getting off the social media, and actually the people that truly care about me got in contact with me.
Sure,
the rest,
they will call you, they will drop your line. No.
It's crazy how one move just sort of sifts it, like who's true and who's not.
And I was having calls with actually the people that missed me, and the funny thing is that people, when I came back, because then after 4 months I came back, guys, I posted a story which was your story, and I got so many messages saying, where have you been? What happened? And I'm like, nothing happened.
I was just living in the real life.
And you didn't know what I was doing, and it was bothering you. Like, no, why did you not just send me a message or call me? You don't need Instagram to get in touch with me.
So true.
I so rate that. One of the things I've done is, and I'm guilty of this, so I've got a brain like a sieve, so I forget birthdays easily, unless it's someone that really matters to me. Like, for example, my best friend.
When's my birthday?
No idea.
We want to know now. When is your birthday?
Bye. No, didn't I? I took you out for your birthday. Yeah, we went to Splunky Kingston.
You bought me some takeaway. You took me out. You bought me some takeaway.
If I buy him some food, that's taken up, right? So there you go.
It's a date.
It's a date. It's a bromance.
To be fair, it was in the middle of lockdown. It wasn't January.
And I was wearing a mask. So.
Yeah.
But no. So if it's someone that's really important to me, I remember it. Like mum and dad, I know. My brother, I know. My best friends, I know. The kids, I know. But that's where it stops. Those are the important ones, right? And I deactivated my birthday on Facebook just to see what happens when my birthday rolls around. No word of a lie, over the last 2 years, the only wishes I got were for my family. Even my best mate
doesn't know when it's your birthday. Yeah.
Right? Like last year, they literally called me 10 minutes before 12. Now, don't get me wrong. Like I don't take it too personal with them. Like actually, I tease them about it, but I don't take it personal at all because we're all like, we all have a life. They have kids. You get carried away. I fully understand. But my point is everyone else around that. Before it was like, oh, happy birthday, bro, happy birthday. Yeah, let's meet up, let's have a drink, have a good one, blah, blah. Suddenly nothing, innit? And I'm like, bro, I'm happy because now I know, like, these are the ones that mean something. And it's literally on one hand, you count them off, innit?
Yeah,
That's it. That's it, man. And like, I fully agree when you say, like, the ones that did not get in touch, I know where you stand now, and where I stand with you. That's all I need to know.
True.
So I fully appreciate that. The other thing I want to talk to you about is when we were talking about, like, obviously how social media has evolved, and like what sort of like sites are out there. I mean, you've got TikTok, you've got Instagram, you've got all these standard sites, and then now there's pages like OnlyFans where obviously like women can go on, not just women, anyone really with a talent that anyone wants to watch, and make some money on the side. And I know you took a bit of a controversial stand with that. You didn't really like that too much.
I think it's a very strong opinion, the one I've got about it. So
why is it? Okay, let's go into a little bit detail. Why is it that you feel that way?
It is very personal. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm being very honest. The reason why I'm upset is because it's personal. So I think it's unfair that by taking a nice selfie or showing a bit of your body, you can make more money than a doctor. Yeah. or of a person that studied for 10 years, that has been in crazy situation, has seen people dying, and we all know what doctors do,
of course, yeah.
And they are treated unfairly. They are not getting the benefits, they are not getting paid, they cannot go on vacation, they cannot have the luxurious life that people show on social media. So I think this is unfair, but it's not the person that is taking the selfie fault. It's the importance that society gives to the picture.
100%.
So I'm upset with the whole system. I'm not upset with the person. Because if you can make money by taking a selfie or by having fun dancing on the couch, it's amazing.
True.
Because that means that you can work by doing the thing that you like.
Yeah.
But making more money and getting, all these rewards because you are taking a pictures, and not giving the same rewards to a person that is saving a life or is building a bridge or is building, the building we are in right now, that's unfair for me.
But isn't that how society has evolved though? I mean, I understand what you're saying, because I fully agree, because like I've had this conversation about athletes, should athletes be paid this much? Yes, of course, an athlete still has to train for years and everything and has to still go through grueling stuff to get to where he ends up. But is it still fair, like, that an athlete gets paid so much more than, like you said, a doctor that's saving lives? I fully agree, but isn't that how society is involved? Is because I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and he was like, "Oh, do you know how much time my kid spends on the iPad?" And I'm like, "Yeah, but bro, like, if we had the iPad, we would have done the same thing."
Yeah.
I was like, when the PlayStation first came out, how crazy were we about it? I would get up at 5 o'clock in the morning just so I can sneak in an hour before mum wakes up.
Yeah, or watching like TV shows in the
Yeah,
morning.
So I agree. I think the society is way too shallow. Like it's all about what's on the outside. I mean, you and me had this conversation. You post a nice, sexy picture of a girl, you get X tons of likes. You post something that you actually like and where you're like, "Oh, I really enjoy taking these pictures," and you end up with like 25 likes. Now, I'm a big believer in you can't weigh likes against anything, or you can't weigh that against fuck all. It just means nothing, yeah. But it's still sad to see the comparison that like something that meant so much to you, it's just not valued the same as, like Vivi says, someone that's just showing a little bit more skin. And it's just so sad. But what is there a remedy to it? Is there a way again? I don't think so.
No, it isn't. I mean, if you see it like from a for example, I just saw a documentary about it, like about OnlyFans and the porn business. But the purpose of OnlyFans wasn't like initially like being a like pornographic site, but it became kind of. And why a lot of like people who used to like in the porn business now on OnlyFans is because they don't need an agency anymore. They don't need they're basically self-employed, and they can decide what they're putting on this platform, what not.
So direct to consumer, guys.
Yeah, I totally understand it. But also, like if you said, there's so many other content out there, like so many nice podcasts, nice blogs, like where people like talking about like important stuff, and this kind of people.
They are not getting the right attention.
That's another thing. You have a blog as well, don't you?
Not yet, but it's about to.
Right. Ooh, dropped the bomb there.
Yeah. So I think this is an interesting point, because I did an experiment, a little bit of an experiment. I posted something on Facebook, some nice pictures. After a long time, I wasn't posting on Facebook anymore. And, a lot of likes, people commenting, very nice feeling, yeah. Then I write articles for a blog as well. And, I shared the article on Facebook. Again, nothing. No. Guys, not even a like. No. And I was like, really? Are you interested only on the way I look? No. And you are not interested on what what I have to say? Like, this is not nice. I was like, I actually spent a lot of time doing my researches, writing something nice, putting the effort, and you didn't even put a like. And I was like, this is crazy. You don't care about what's near. You just care about the look. And this is not okay. And I've got that conflict because I'm always asking myself, I could make money from social media by taking nice pictures. This is what my friends say to me. Vivi, you should have, OnlyFans. You should have, showing your body on Instagram and you could make money. And I'm like, no, because I want to send another message.
I love that.
Yeah.
I want to send another message out there. And the message that I want to send is not appreciated. Yeah. I want to give the message that people can actually, make a living by expressing themselves. Yeah. And this is not what people want to see. And this is what this experiment proved.
Yeah.
That now for me it's going to be difficult to get to a different audience, to build a different audience, to build an audience of people that are interested in what I've got to say and not the way I look. Yeah. This is what is difficult for me right now, because I'm like, through social media, by posting a picture, what kind of message I'm giving? And I recognize that if you look at my Instagram, there's nothing that says, okay, Viviana is an engineer, Viviana works in tech, Viviana is someone that wants to empower people, that wants to connect, find opportunities, embrace a new way of living, because it's very difficult to convey those messages by posting a picture. Yeah, this is the conflict that I've got right now.
I agree. I fully agree. I think for people to be able to understand you, especially over social media, either you've got to document it like we do it, or it has to be that people actually read your intellectual property, like what is actually behind the cover, I hate it when people just look at the book and it's just like, this is what this person is going to be like, and I'm like, bro, there's a million pages that you have not seen and that is not reflected on the cover. And I think to a certain degree it's also about how are we going to deliver the message. And because you could shout your message to 1,000 people, but if 1,000 people are not interested, then it's pointless.
Correct.
The problem is you always need to connect your message with a picture, because you need to have a picture to post on Instagram.
Of course, you got to keep it platform.
And then you can put a really nice caption underneath, but who's reading it?
You don't know. Yeah,
no one.
It's very difficult. Yeah.
I fully agree.
Instagram is actually a shit platform. I don't know why it's so successful. Like Instagram is with TikTok's the number one platform right now, but it's actually a shit platform. You can't even refer a link in your caption. Like, for example, if you writing a blog article, you want to share your blog article on Instagram, it's not possible, because it's not even possible to put a link under your picture, for example. I
mean, that's just up to the way, obviously, they set the whole thing up. But I think you're touching on something really interesting, because I thought about this as well, and it's like Viviana said right at the beginning, we are not the only people that experience the whole thing of am I good enough? Other people are, because Instagram is literally that. It's the glorified life. Yeah. People will be taking pictures with cars that they don't even own and stuff like that. And then you are now seeing this at the same age, let's say me and you, what are we same age? I'm not even sure. Yeah, we're roughly about the same age, right? 25. But if you're posing next to Orlando, and I knew you for back in the days for 7 years or something, yeah, and I'm like, oh, look at his life now, and look at where I am.
Yeah.
That minute right there, where you say that to yourself, you've lost.
This is also one of the things that I realized when I got off Instagram. I'm living my life without expectation. Yeah. If I want to be sad, I am sad. If I want to eat shit food, I'm going to eat shit food. And no one is there to look at my life. And no one is having that, expectation. Oh, Viviana is in London. She has to have a great job. She has to have a great life.
Nice apartment.
No, this is not what happens. This is not the real life.
No.
100%.
But I was telling you before, Instagram is the quick reward.
Yeah. It is. Yeah.
You want to look at something nice.
Yeah. Or you want to get something nice in return, like likes or comments. But on the other side, it's kind of becoming a trend where people posting videos of themselves while they're crying. I don't get this either. I don't want to see it either. When I'm having a bad moment and I need to cry because of any reason, I would never think like, okay, yeah, just record this. I mean, there must be a middle way.
That's not, yeah,
the reality. Because like being always happy is not the reality. Always crying is not the reality. There must be like a middle way.
I think the thing you have to remember is like a lot of people like nowadays, like, have about 300k followers, 1 million followers or something like that. So the impression that people are getting is like, the more I put myself out there, the more people are going to relate to me. And I fully get that. Look, it's down to every person, like, for example, we like to keep these things like rather more conversational, not like an interview or stuff. And I think it's similar to that, and it's when people just like, just at any cost want to just get out there. I think that's when you sort of like lose what you're trying to achieve, because if you're just trying to do a money grab, like, I know we're not there yet, but like, reality check, you're going to lose very quick.
Yeah,
you're going to lose very quick because like, and this is again why I love Gary so much, because like the community he's built, no matter what he does, they support him 100%. Because he's not just about taking, the man just gives and gives back, And I think that's important, like, to get your message even out there. I think trying to build a community and find right-minded people, I think that's going to be the way that Viviana can get that message across, get her story across. Because let's face it, not everyone's going to be interested in your story, just like not everyone's going to watch our podcast. But that's fine. Like, even if we just reach a handful of people and we make a difference to one person, we're winning.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it might sound like a very cheesy thing to say right now, but it's the truth, bro.
It is, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
No, I completely, support this theory.
How's your relationship to Instagram right now? Because you are on Instagram like once in a while. I can see like sometimes some stories appearing and stuff. So
yeah. So I came back because I need to connect with people. I've got a project in mind, and I was like, okay, I need to adjust my relationship with social and use it in a different way, and actually, act on the things that I say to others. So.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. I love that.
For example, I muted the notifications. So, I am not receiving notification on the phone, so I don't have to open Instagram. I set myself some time, okay, I look at Instagram just this, part of the day, for example. And I'm trying to connect with people that can, actually bring me something, and I can give something back. Guys, we met through social medias, and this is the greatest thing. So I think that if you want to use social media for this purpose, then this is the greatest purposes that they have.
I mean, that's how me and you met.
Yeah,
100%.
When I used to be a DJ, I'm still a DJ. But back in the days where I was quite active as a DJ, I had like friends all over Germany, and they invited me to play on their parties in Berlin, Dortmund, Munich, everywhere. It all came from social media, so it can have a really good purpose. You just need to use it in the right way, basically.
Yeah, correct. So now I'm trying to use it with purpose, and it's going well.
Love that. That's brilliant.
It's small steps.
Absolutely.
I'm trying to do small steps.
Absolutely.
I'm still having like little breaks because it was what I started, because I also feel like sometimes social media is like overwhelming me. For example, when I'm going on a walk, I love to go for a walk. I just let my phone at home.
Yeah.
For example,
I'm not the kind of.
But
person.
also he can't annoy me then.
Give me a call, bro. Give me a call. Guys, do I look like I'm being annoying?
Please leave me alone, okay? I'm not the kind of person that you won't see me in the tube with the phone. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I'm looking at people. I'm a weirdo, I like to look at people.
I love that. I love that because it's brilliant that you touch on that, because I am that person.
Yeah.
I literally on my phone. I don't know what it is. I feel like London's made me cold. honestly, it's like it's unless it's my neighbor or something that I'm seeing when I'm walking down, I'm like, hey, how you doing?
No.
I don't greet people.
No.
I don't say hi to them on the train. I don't look at them. I don't know. I think it's just like because I've got my headphones in, right? I'm listening to my music, and it's a whole thing of like, just leave me the fuck alone.
I'm always so excited.
I don't know why, but it's.
I'm always so excited when I can get to Jubilee line because it's the only line with Wi-Fi on it.
Guys,
if you know, you know.
It was built for the Olympic Games, or like it was like refurbished for the Olympic Games. I don't know, but it's the only line in London with Wi-Fi.
Nah, I get that. It's like,
if you didn't know, now you know. I didn't know. By the way.
It's actually the line to the studio here.
Love it.
But yeah, I'm actually also a phone person on the tube.
Yeah,
music and phone, but I try to cut down social media time for when I'm going on a walk, leave the phone at home, and it helps me. But also at the same time, I'm getting excited when I'm coming home. The first thing I'm doing is looking at my phone. This annoys me. It makes me happy. It gives me like
I am not like that. So I don't feel bad about it. So yes, I do use my phone. Literally, I wake up first thing I'm on my phone, right? But for me, I'm like, I don't feel bad about it because I'm still in control. You know, it's something that I'm doing. I know and I understand. Like, because sometimes I do sit there at night and I'm like, okay, you know, it's coming up to 11:30. I probably should go to sleep. You know, stuff like that. But I feel like
you're doing also thing. You put your phone on flight mode.
Yes. Yeah. So literally, the minute I go to sleep, like the minute I'm like, okay, now lights off. I put my phone on flight mode and I go to sleep.
This is a good habit.
Yeah, 100%. Because the thing is, like, the way I see it is, like, if there's an emergency, it's going to be about the most important people to me who literally sleep next door.
Yeah.
Right? Anyone else can wait. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
anyone else can wait, you know? And and Gary touches on this so much as well, and I think it's so important. You need to get your 8 hours sleep. You know, no matter what you're doing, you can go hard for the rest of the hours you're awake. By all means, you have to. If if it's your dream and you want to make it work, then you have to go hard and beyond. There's no way about it. But getting that sleep, you've got to have your basic foundation to be able to function.
Yeah.
You know, and
I will donate £10 to a charity if we get one episode without he saying the name Gary.
Gary, man, seriously, like, you projected me at VaynerMedia now for the third time. Man. I'm just saying, I'm a fanboy here, man. Let me in.
I think next guest to your podcast is gonna be.
I wish. If I could get Gary on my podcast here, like, I think.
Did you ever ask him?
I'd happily die. No, the thing is though,
party trick,
because he hosts a podcast as well, and like, do you know how many people ask him to do stuff? And obviously, like, the man can't do everything, you know. And like the only one of my proudest moments were like, so Gary has multiple businesses, and one of them is used to be Empathy Wines, and I did a poster for Empathy Wines. And he saw it and he liked it.
So
if you go on my Instagram, you'll see it's one of my highlights. Honestly, proudest moment for me, man.
Do you have any people you're looking up to, like any people who are inspiring you, like any kind of like musician, artist, actor, actress, or just I don't know,
just anyone,
just someone,
inspire people that inspire you to be like, Viviana, you can do even better.
I do. But they are very close to me. Actually, they are not famous people. You know,
They don't have to be.
Yeah, I've got one person actually that is the person that got me my first job in London. I didn't speak the language. I never practiced the job of an engineer, and this person gave me a chance.
He believed in you.
He said, "Yeah, you can do whatever you want to do." So he became kind of a mentor.
Yeah.
And one of the closest person to me is my best friend. Her name is Sarah.
Shout out to Sarah.
She lives in Germany, but she's from south of Italy.
Where in Germany?
Close to Mannheim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and she's my biggest supporter. We support each other. She tells me the truth all the time.
I love that.
And she's so smart, so driven, powerful, you know, she has this energy, and I look up to her because you know she has this power, you know, this energy, and it's fascinating. And you know, she always tells me the truth, which is the most important thing in friendship. And she inspires me. She wakes up in the morning at 5 and she studies.
When you said this is, she's always saying this is most important. Like we both looked at each other like, fuck you.
You know.
Looking at trends.
No, I love that. I think it's again, I come back to that, you know, you have your 5 core people, you know, like if you find your tribe, you know, I literally call it your tribe because those are the people that will like be the happiest for you when you're succeeding. But at the same time, when you're not doing so well, you know, they'll check you on it and they'll be like, listen, like, I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. You're fucking up right now. That's what they did to me.
No.
Yeah.
That's literally what they did to me, you know. They're like, we don't want to see you like this. And you know, when you just sort of feel that support and you feel that others like just genuinely want the best for you because you've experienced all the shit before as well. You know, like I've been there, I've done that where people are just like there for their benefit, all good and nice. But you know, that feeling that you get of your best friend saying to you, bro, listen, my G, I just want the best for you. It's a whole different game, isn't it? Yeah. I think finding that core sort of tribe is so important to being able to grow as a person as well.
Yeah.
You know, when you can just like, you don't have to worry about this and the next person's going to stab me in the back.
Yeah.
You know, you can just freely be yourself and do whatever you want to do. And I think, again, that's just so important. And I'm glad that you've got that obviously in your life as well. I think everyone needs that. It's easier said than done though. Finding the right people is
also a social media problem. I have some photographers, I know some photographers, who they're really looking after likes and they want to have like a lot of engagement on Instagram. So what they're doing is like they're reaching like the whole day on Instagram, liking pictures, giving out comments, liking comment, and so in return they're also getting likes from the people. It's like an exchange basically. But it's always like, hey, really nice shot. Hey, nice shot.
Oh,
hey,
I've seen a couple of those people on your profiles.
Yeah. and some of them they're stuck on the same level since ages because they don't see any urge to improve themselves because everyone is like he's posting a picture.
So spoken to.
No, I mean I don't draw any names and like everyone can do what he wants to do, but he's posting a picture. In my opinion, I can't judge it if it's a shit picture, but I think like the editing is like oversaturated. It's too much clarity, blah blah. But then within 1 hour, he has like 400 comments like, "Wow, nice picture, blah blah." And of course, like you like it. You don't, no one's telling you like just disable the clarity slider, please, and disable the saturation slider, and try to be like a bit more like give him like a honest, like a good constructive feedback, like, hey, it's a nice angle, nice shot, but you should like I don't know, lower the highlights, do this, do that. No one is saying this to him, so he will never improve himself.
I fully hear that. It's again, I know you didn't want me to reference him, but I'm going to reference him again. So it's something that Gary touches on as well. No, seriously, I
you should next time we're doing a drinking game. Whenever he says Gary, we drink a shot.
No, but it's true though, because the thing is like people like that when they get high off these likes, right? So like it's the more they get, the better they feel. It's like when you said, if I need a quick fix because I'm sad or something, I'll go on Instagram. But at the same time, though, if you flip it and you start giving them hate, they're going to crumble like a cracker.
Yeah. Right.
And the thing you have to understand, I think, and that's, again, it took me so long to get there, but I got to a point where I'm like, you like my picture, thank you so much. I appreciate you took the time to even write a comment, but that's where it ends, isn't it?
No.
Yeah, I felt nice, but that's it. On to the next one, innit? Because I think if you get high of your likes, when it goes the other way, you're fucked.
No.
Literally fucked, because you're now thinking like, oh, they don't like me no more. It's like this kid mentality that comes back where you're like, oh, why doesn't he like me? Like, what did I do wrong? When you catch a bit of hate for saying something, or like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have posted that, should I delete that? It's who you are, Like, I don't think you need to like go ahead and delete stuff, but maybe if you like, people sometimes go over the line. Like, you're gonna
what do they do?
No. When I say that, when people like cross the line and say the wrong things and be like, "Oh, that's just me," I'm like, okay, no, seriously, you can't just do stuff like that because this is still social media. You're still in the public eye. Like, think a little bit ahead, innit?
Yeah.
But like, like when it's nothing too severe, I'm like, yo, just let it stand. It's like I remember some people might judge me for this, right? So I did a video for my work. And I was sitting on the train. It was my day off. I had the mask on. I was doing a little selfie video, right? And I was like, you know what? Let me just move the mask, and I'll do the video. I get a comment underneath it saying, "Shouldn't you be wearing that mask?" I'm like, "Thanks, mate. Future reference." I appreciate you took your time to write that comment, but you didn't have to.
No.
Like, you wanted to be a pain and just point something out. I appreciate that, bro.
No.
Not like you've ever dropped a video before. Like, fair enough, my video didn't perform that well, but I'm just saying, like, don't knock someone just for the sake of knocking someone. Like, in German they say der gönnt nicht. It's like he doesn't want you. Like in Tamil we say like I won't eat and I won't let you eat either. Do you know? It's that mad mentality.
If I can't have it, you can have it as well.
Yeah, it really fucks with me because I'm like, bro, why can't you just be happy for me?
No, but it's not gonna happen. Like,
do you know? Like, it's crazy. I'm at the mindset where I'm like, if someone's doing well, I'm supporting you 100%. Like, I mean, we've had this conversation a couple of days ago now. Like, I've worked with someone before who's now reached out to Jan and asked Jan to do a shoot with her, and Jan was just like, what's your opinion on this? And I'm like, bro, listen, like, if they prefer your work over mine, who am I to judge that? It's no problem at all. Like, it's a free will. It's. I take it personally. I'll be like, that's a challenge. I want to now impress this person and be like, next time you're going to come to me, which basically tells me I need to improve. But again, that's the way I'm looking at it. It's all perspective. How do you choose to look at the situation?
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's crazy, man. This is why I say, like, the overuse of social media, again, it's perspective. It's how are you overusing it?
But they create this kind of competition, because if you look at Jan's picture and he has more likes than you, then automatically you're going to be like, why is he getting many likes? We've got the same number of followers. Why is that? Why am I not? Like, social media do create this loop, of competition.
100%. I fully agree. I think you gotta have a very strong sort of foundation to be able to say, I can take it on the chin, I can learn from this. Otherwise, you really
or just don't care about it.
Yeah, I mean, the whole not caring about it, I think again, it's easier said than done.
It is,
because to a certain degree, why do we post things? Not just because we like it, also because we think other people will like it. Hands down, definitely it's true. But I think it's how you weigh the likes. Like, is it going to be the essential part of what you're doing, or is it just going to be, cool?
Yeah.
I think that in your case is a bit different because you guys are working with socials. Yeah, would you say that you are working with socials?
Yeah, 100%.
So
it's a good excuse to sacrifice much time on social media and spending it. It's just work.
It's not work. Yeah.
But I know what you mean. We can't exist without social media.
Yes.
Podcast-wise, for example.
Yeah. So you need to be in the mindset that the likes are your numbers, and you need to use them as your metrics. Yeah, those are your
metrics. That's
the
engineer coming around.
That's it.
Yes,
Yeah.
To improve, the business you are doing. Yeah, so. And do not take them personally.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah, so, now I'm in product management. My role now is product manager. And one of the things that's, all the books teach you is customer feedback. How do you gain the feedback from the end users? And how do you use that feedback to improve your business?
Yeah.
And it is actually
We're going
what
back to
you guys
new
are
data,
doing.
new decisions.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And you like data, so...
Yeah.
But you need to detach yourself,
100%. I fully agree. Like, you gotta listen to what your audience is saying, but you can't let it get in here. Do you know? 100%.
Yeah.
Which is the difficult part.
Yeah.
Because
even in normal life, like, how many times do we do things where we're like, I'm not gonna tell anyone about this. Do you know? Like, even if you take social media out, yeah. How many times has that happened? Do you know what I mean? Because you're like, oh, what would they think? What would they think, right?
Yeah.
And like, especially in my culture, so in the Asian culture, like Sri Lankan culture, it's a big thing of what would someone else think. So I'm 34 years old now and I'm still not married, right? So already.
Shame on you!
Literally. No, but literally, like, you know, that's how, unfortunately, my community reacts. Like the older lot, not the people that are my age, but the older lot, right?
Yeah.
But my honest opinion is, it's like, who the fuck cares? Like, you are older because there's a reason for it, because you've lived your life. This is my life to live. Do you know what I mean? Like, I choose to live it this way.
Yeah.
And my mum, like, even she says to me, she was like, you know, like, don't you think you should be getting married? And I'm like, okay, mum, let's have a little conversation about this. Yeah? I was like, why'd you get married to dad, innit? And she was like, because we fell in love.
Aww.
And, you know, like, they ran away when the Civil War first started. So literally, my dad's a bit of a dog. I have to tell you the story real quick, right? So my mum is my dad's best friend's sister.
What, again, your dad is your mom's
My
best
mum
friend's
is my
sister.
dad's best friend's sister.
Ooh.
Okay, so like for me, first of all, like when I found that out, I'm like, you're a bad friend. You're a bad friend. You don't do that. But no, so when the Civil War first broke out, my dad was like, listen, we can't stay here. Do you want to get married to me? And she was like, yeah. He was like, right,
Nope.
pack your shit, let's go. Pack your shit and let's go. And they literally from Sri Lanka, they went to Cyprus. That's where my brother was born, and then they went from there to Germany. That's where I was born. And so I asked my mum, I was like, why'd you get married to dad? And she was like, because I loved him. And I was just like, was that a good enough reason for you to get married, yeah? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, do you understand why I don't want to get married? And she was like, why? Because you're not in love. And I was like, exactly. I was like, I'm past the point of getting married for the sake of it, because like, again, and this is a very big fear for me, like I've only had the knowledge of good relationships around me. So if I look at my parents, I'm looking at the 43-year stretch they've done, right? I'm looking at my two best friends. They're married 12 plus years now. Yes, there's been heated moments, but at no point did they say, bang, and we're done, innit? But the reality is 50%, I think, of marriages end in divorce. 50%. And these are people that fell in love and got married. So imagine you don't know the next person. They don't know the quirks that I have. Bro, I could be coming home from today being the worst mood and you say something and I flip. You don't understand that it's not about you. It's about the day I've had. But I'm letting it out on you and now you're going to think, oh my God, he doesn't like me. That's where the problem starts. Now this festers in your mind. The next thing happens. It piles on. It piles on. It piles on until it's here. And you're like, I can't do this anymore. And my point is like, you can't, like marriage means like, after knowing inside out, knowing what I'm like, you've said, you know what, I can live with you for the rest of my life. Because you then know when I come home and I'm in that mood, you're like, I'll let you chill for an hour.
No.
Like,
it's like arranged, forced or arranged marriage is a thing in your culture?
Yeah. Very big, very big. Like, my mum's been telling me, she was like, the older you get, the harder it's going to be for me to find a girl for you. And I'm like, Mum, I know, it's fine, don't worry, innit?
Yeah, I feel your pain, you know, because I get the same questions from my parents every time we talk. And
I suppose for, like, and I
my
don't mean
parents
this
just
in a-
ask me when I'm doing my fucking grammar license.
I mean, I don't mean this in a sexist way at all, but for a girl, there's got to be more pressure, right? Because in my culture, it is. The minute a girl turns 24, 25 and she's finished uni, for them, the next logical thing is let's get her married off, innit? It's like, I personally think, like, there's so much that smart women can do, and they get the right gets taken away from them. And it's really sad in a way, you know, because
I think you are not exposed as well to certain conditions because, you know, I told you I come from a small town in south of Italy, and the majority of my friends or the people that I know are of my age are married with kids. Yeah.
Do you have like a Catholic background there?
Yes.
This is really
Yeah,
racist,
yeah.
no?
sorry, can I just ask, what does that mean?
Catholic?
Catholic.
Catholic, yeah.
Oh,
Language barrier.
I'm like, what's Catholic?
We understood
How do
each
you
other.
spell it? Yeah, we understand each other.
What can I say, you know, foreigners?
Yes.
I was like, I don't get the question.
I don't get it. Catholics, bro.
Okay, go on.
And so you finish school, you don't find a job easily because there are no many opportunities. You don't travel too much because the family maybe do not have much money to send you around the world. So the next logical thing to do is find a boy and become
settle down.
It's sad, isn't it? That's sort of like that's your only option. Unless you've got and again, I don't mean this in a mean way, but unless you've got a mindset that obviously you came because of your boyfriend, right? But unless you've got a mindset like that where you're willing, or like yours, that where you're willing to take a risk and say, maybe if I take this step, my life could be better.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's very hard to get to the point where you're like, maybe there's something else that I don't know, and maybe before settling down, I want to see that. Maybe then if I don't like it, I can always come back.
Comfort zone is such a killer.
It is a killer. It is a killer, and especially in situation where you are not exposed to the bigger picture.
Do you think it's a way because they don't know better?
I think I can tell you from experience. For example, my brothers, we are very different. Yeah, they decided to settle down and stay in Cerignola, and they are the happiest. But they don't know what's out there. Yeah, and when I tell them what I'm doing, all the stories, I mentioned to them, the podcast. They didn't know what a podcast is.
Oh, damn.
So it's another world. You are not exposed to that. So if you don't know how...
Yeah, so true.
Do you think that these people are some kind of happier because they don't have all this struggle?
Oh, good
there
question.
is a theory that says the less you know, the happier you are.
Yeah,
because
I think it could be true.
100%.
Yeah.
Because I get it. Yeah, I mean, you live in a beautiful small village. You have everything you need, and why are you looking for something else when you have everything? You're happy, and I don't know. Maybe it's a mindset thing, because I don't blame those people either. If you're happy where you are,
they are happy. My brother is 22 and he's getting married.
Hey.
And I was like, when my mom told me, I was
like, a wedding photographer.
Yeah, do you want another picture?
Yeah, I want.
Free trip, I'm taking pictures. I'm there.
So when she told me, I was like, Ma, don't you think it's a bit too young? I think they could both do something else, before deciding to build a house and buy a car and start a family, And my mom said, Viviana, this is what, no one is forcing him to do so. He decided to get married because, he loves the girlfriend, which is amazing, And I said to her, but maybe you should have a conversation with Domenico and tell him that there are other things out there that he could do. This is not the only option. Getting married is not the only option. And for my mom, this conversation was quite difficult to have because she was like, I'm happy that he's getting married. Yeah. So she doesn't want him to go somewhere else or do different things because she approves that decision. And this is very much a cultural thing,
When I hear this, I'm just thinking long term, because I think it's important that people go through certain experiences in life.
Absolutely.
And I think at certain ages you got to experience certain things. For example, when I was younger, I loved the uni life because you have to experience that, because again, it's a whole different life. It's a whole different vibe, It's not like waking up and going to work in the morning. It's literally you're surrounded by your friends and these experiences, isn't it? And I'm worried that, like you said, that people that get married so young,
they do not have that.
Maybe 10 or 12 years down the line, regret is one of the biggest killers again, Is like you don't want to get to to an age where you're 60, 70, 80 and you're like on your bed, you're thinking back about, how your life was, and it like you might have happy memories, but the regrets you have are going to eat you up. The fact that I could have gone somewhere, I could have seen this.
Or you actually found the right person and you can do it together. Because you're happy married. No, because I always do that. I get what you mean. It was basically same with my sister. My sister got pregnant when she was 20. It wasn't kind of an not incident.
Accident. An incident. And his sister got pregnant.
Oh my god, how do you tell your parents?
I love it.
Pregnant.
And she was young, she was she lived her best life, she was like partying every weekend and drugs and stuff, and not like hard drugs, but she had a really, she was out and about. She was young and then she got pregnant and I mean, bless her, I love her and I love my nephew beyond but I was always thinking like if she's missing something but I actually don't feel she's missing something because she's genuinely happy and in a few years she can go out again. She's even now, my nephew's now 2 and a half. So you still have a life. I think sometimes you shouldn't see too strict.
Absolutely, I agree, bro. Like there's always two sides to the story, innit? Like the way I made it sounds like everyone's gonna have regrets, bro. Like you said, if you get to the end of the day and you're like, I don't have regrets because I genuinely did what I loved and what gave me joy. There is nothing else you could do better than that. No. I fully agree. Like, if you've had a good childhood and you're saying, look, I've been there, I've done that. No, like this. This is what I'm saying. Like, with new data comes new decisions, isn't it?
Absolutely.
100%, man.
No.
Is she in Germany now?
She's in Germany. No, yeah. I really miss her. But I get my first vaccine tomorrow. So
Shout out,
maybe I can go
What's
visiting.
your sister's name?
Leah.
Leah. Shout out to Leah.
I haven't seen her now for almost a year due to like Corona and stuff, and but soon, I think soon. I'm aiming for like July, August, because then I should have my second vaccine. I think restrictions should be lifted, and I'm also quite because I started photography in London, and I've just been in Germany once. Like I didn't have any time to do photography in Germany. I'm also like quite keen to do some photography in Germany. Because I'm wondering now, because I used to live in Hamburg for like a lot of years. It's basically my hometown, and I'm wondering if I'm seeing Hamburg different now, where I'm a photographer.
Yeah,
like
with
if I'm going to the same places, do I see different things? Because you have this really nice Haber and Hamburg and all this stuff. So, and I used to be there quite a lot, and I really loved it because you see the big ships and all this stuff. But now I think it's different now because now I see, I agree.
I
shot here, I shot there, I shot here. And,
it's crazy. It's like nowadays when I'm out and about, I look like I see the world through the photographer's eyes. Like yesterday, I went out with my friends, and as we were backing out of this alleyway, like my mate, I was looking back, and he was like, "That alleyway looks good, isn't it?" I was like, "She does, like it's just like that frame, the way I saw it. I was like, that looks nice."
Oh my god, guys, I don't know how you do it. Like, I mean, I love taking pictures, but I'm bad. Like, I'm not talented.
We're doing some workshops, actually.
And also, you might notice we are behind the camera, not in front of it.
Oh, actually.
You should be, because you posted something in black and white. I love those pictures.
Oh, the ones we took of each other.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool.
Actually, I have a funny story. I mean, we're over an hour now, so we should, an hour and 10 minutes, we should like slowly come to an end. But quick one, and I also have two questions for you. We can eventually do 2 episodes out of it.
Yeah, there's one more topic I wanted to talk about.
Okay. Well, I tell my story.
Go on.
Short head. It's about like because
we have no secrets.
No, it's not. It's more about a question of time because I want to rather focus on our guest than putting me in the spotlight here.
What, me?
I had a shooting with a model. She's kind of a friend mate, and she picked up photography as well, and she's quite good. And she asked me if she could take some pictures from me as well. So yeah, of course, why not? So we agreed to a shooting, and we went to a location. I've done a shooting with her for like 1.5 hours, and then she was like, okay, now it's my turn. Stop.
I love it. I love the story. Go on.
So I was expecting, so she just want to take like 4 or 5 pictures of me like standing in a corner, like a bit like cool, bad boy, yeah. But no, she had a different vision actually.
Okay. Nice.
Bad boy, yeah. All right, listen to
I'm
this.
curious.
So I don't know. So I asked her like, do you want me to like certain type of dress? Do you like dress up colorful? Okay, I had like a really bright yellow jumper on, and so just the way she was really like, she had really a strict vision, and she was like directing me like, do this, do that, do this, do that. Chin up, chin down, look like this, bam, bam, like proper, bam, 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 bam. And I was like, okay, yeah. Then eventually, I found myself laying on the floor on a tennis. We were on a tennis court. So I was laying on the floor, one hand on the tennis, tennis is called tennis mesh, tennis net, and other hand behind my like.
You were taking the sun.
Yeah. And she was standing like above me, like taking the pictures, and I was like, I mean, I kind of enjoyed it because she was like super ambitious, and she was really into it.
I want to see this picture.
I haven't seen it so far. I actually got one today. She sent me just one of it. It's actually quite nice. But I didn't want to stop her because she was so into it, and I really enjoyed it to see her passion. But I was like, am I maybe the wrong model for it?
Don't worry, guys. We'll blend the picture in at this point.
Yeah, I will blend the picture.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
This is one of it. It's actually quite nice.
So lit. Oh, that is nice.
I
That's
think
actually
it's
really
quite
nice.
nice.
But this is one of the like more like
Camera shots.
yeah, camera shots. Yeah.
Do you know what I really like? The one you did the other day with the leaf.
How does it feel to be a model?
Maybe.
Maybe it's time. Like he's like, I need to new data, new decisions. Right.
I love it.
I think it's a good idea to sort of come to the end though. But there's one more thing I want to talk about, and that is you actually spoke to us about it. You have a new project, and you wanted to talk to us about it. So we wanted to do this on video. So
The live reaction.
Yeah.
that's it. The live reaction. So you want that?
What is this idea? Shit, go.
So tell us. What is it you're planning?
Guys, this is the first thing I'm actually talking about it with people that are not, my colleagues that I'm doing this with. So, it's very strange. It's called She Founds.
Okay.
And it's, like a platform, let's say, to create a community for women entrepreneurs. So
Nice.
the mission of She Founds is the one to create a world led by female entrepreneurs, because we realize that there are no foundings for female, and the majority of the business founded in UK are founded by men. There is very little little percentage of female founders of those successful businesses. So we are trying to create a platform where female can turn their ideas into reality. And we've got a couple of ideas, things that we want to do. We are now building a website, and we are creating an event, meetup event.
When you're saying we, so I take
me
you
and 2 other colleagues.
Okay.
So we are colleagues. We work together. And Bhavisha came with the idea. She was like, "Viv, I've got this idea. Do you want to do it?" And I was like, "I love the mission,
Is it kind of a social media platform, or is it more like you like consulting these people, you're helping them? Or?
Yes. So I'm going to talk about the founders. It's going to be me, Bhavisha, and Sahil, which is a man that is going to support women. And it's not going to be actually something around social media. It's going to be creating a program that people can, buy and attend courses. Basically, where we teach how to create a business from scratch. Basically, so that could be any business, and how to validate your idea, how to get fundings, and all these things. Basically.
Would I be stepping over the line when I say it's sort of a conference made by women for women?
Well, actually, it is made by women and men.
Yeah.
Because it's made for women, you know, because we want to give women the same opportunities that men have, you know, and we want to empower them and say, if you want to do this, don't feel ashamed. Don't feel that you don't have the skill set. Don't feel that you don't have the knowledge. You actually have all it takes to to build something on your own. There are no constraints. You can actually do it. And we always have the the imposter syndrome. We don't feel that we are skilled enough, that we are right for the job, or we are right to come here and talk about ourselves. You always doubt yourself. And this is the main reason why maybe females do not always go for it, and we want to change that.
Love that. Absolutely love that.
Yeah.
So how could we be of help for that? Because right now I'm still a bit lost.
Actually, you could help in many ways. I don't know if you guys are interested in talking to all of us, the three of us that we are doing.
That would be a nice idea. Yeah.
We don't, we social medias and events and things like that are an unexplored territory for us. So we are trying to look for venues in London where we could host our first meetup. A bit of like photography, take nice pictures for the platforms, things like that. So
100%. I mean, off the top of my head, I've got a few ideas that I think could really do well. So especially like you three doing what we're doing today. Between you three, I think we'll go a long way because you all have a intrinsic motivation behind what you're doing.
Yeah.
It's interesting to carry that motivation out there because you most likely find it's that true, honest motivation that will resonate with people. So I would definitely say maybe a video podcast or something like that, or even a podcast would be quite nice. And we're absolutely there. If you guys are arranging something and you say, look, we'd like some video done, so being photographers, we know other people as well. So we can by all means ask them, if they'll come support a good cause here, come and help out. And I'm game.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Nice. Yeah, I wish you all the best.
100%, man. This sounds interesting.
Yeah, I mean, we are starting, we are spending our nights.
It's a marathon, it's not a sprint, it's a long-term thing.
Yeah, correct. So,
by the way, he stole that from Gary.
Yeah.
The influence. It's a good quote, so.
Yeah.
100%. I think it's honestly, it's been such a pleasure having you here.
Yeah. We have the final question we're going to ask everyone.
Yeah.
Yes. I haven't got my laptop in front of you. Do you still have the
pen? Yeah. We have one question we're going to ask everyone. It's completely unrelated to all we spoke about. What is your favorite tune? Your favorite song? It could be some song.
Anything from childhood. Anything anything.
Just one, because we both love music and just one song you like, or you currently like, or you used to love, or you have some memories with it, or.
Hello, Beyonce.
Hello, Beyonce.
Noted.
Awesome. So we will try and see if we can maybe tag just the YouTube link for Hello Beyonce in the video description. But anyone that knows Beyonce, knows the song, Wagwan. Look, honestly, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been an absolute pleasure. And on that note, guys, peace out.
Peace.